I don't know where I'm at.
No more breaks for you. Get back to work.
If anybody needs a break, it's me.
Girl.
Tina needs to get her life together. Okay, I'm gonna keep this on because I like this. Okay, let's talk about where is your cell phone right now? Where is it? Is it upstairs in your downstairs? Is it in your purse? Do you even not know where it's at? You're like, Tina, why are you talking about my cell phone? These are like landline phones. Yes and no. This comes to us from Panasonic. These are cordless handsets, right? You get your base and you're gonna get the 5 handsets. Look at all the features that we're running through this. What this does do is through Bluetooth will now connect to your cell phone and give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways to receive your phone call on your cell phone, receive your text messages. You can do all the things. If you have a landline, this is your new Panasonic, your landline, but you don't even need that anymore. This has caller ID that talks to you. We're gonna block all of those robocalls. This will even work when you don't have electricity. There's a million different things that you can use this for. $149 is the original price. We're gonna sale price this down to $119.99, and we're gonna do the free shipping and handling. Lori Leland, I started this by saying, remember when we were kids, they're like, where are your children? Remember that PSA? That
Yes.
Do you know where your children are at? Now I'm going, where is your cell phone?
Where's your cell phone?
It is never where you are somehow.
Bottom of your handbag, on the charge, in a room where you forgot. One of my friends said she left it in the fridge the other day. I left mine in the pantry. Yeah.
It's always in the weirdest
It's
places.
somewhere weird, and you're gonna miss phone calls, and you're gonna miss text messages, but not with this system. So you said it, this is Panasonic, #1 global leader when it comes to home phone technology. Says so right here on the box. Look at this. They are #1 globally, so this is the brand to get. We always hear from people that own Panasonic and have owned Panasonic for many years that, you know, they lasted forever, right? They lasted 10, 15 years. The only thing is you might wanna upgrade because you might need new batteries because, of course, the batteries start to wear down after about 10 or 15 years, but you also might want the fresh new features, and this is packed with those fresh new features. So let's take a look here. You are starting off with the most handsets we have ever done. So you're getting 5 handsets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot, right? So you can spread these out throughout your home. You're never running for a phone call. You don't have to worry about missing the call because there's always a handset available right within fingertips reach. The other thing that you're getting with this, take a look at this base station, one of the biggest bases we've ever done. Full keypad here too. So because this has a full keypad, this is a virtual 6th handset. So if I want to put this on that nice loud speakerphone and I want to dial somebody and talk to them through this base station because I have misplaced this handset, you're good to go. So a virtual 6th handset, we love that. Now you mentioned a few ways to use this. You can use it old school with your landline if you want to use it that way. So a lot of people still have a landline and want home phones that work that way. But some of you out there are saying, but Lori, I got rid of my landline years ago. I just use my cell phone. But like you said, where's your phone? Where is it in your house? Do you have dead spots in your house? Do you have spots where you can't get the signal to come in or out so you can't place or receive phone calls? With Panasonic, this has a really cool feature called Link to Cell technology. I'm going to show you right here these 2 green buttons. This is how I linked up my 2 cell phones, okay? So it's a one-time Bluetooth connection process. And what that simply means to you is if anybody calls you on your linked cell phones, and take a look at this, I'm getting a phone call right here on my iPhone. I'm getting a phone call, but look what's happening. Every single one of these home handsets are all ringing. And then Tina, do you know what I can do? Whichever room I happen to be in, because my phone is still in the bottom of my purse or on a charger, I can pick up that phone and I can now answer that call. So I am talking through my cell phone on any of my home handsets. How incredibly cool is that to be able to have that extension of your cell phone throughout your entire household?
The first time you and I ever presented something like this, we were talking about connecting the cell phone. The first person I thought about was my mom, because whenever I call her, it never fails. She's like, oh, I was downstairs, my phone is upstairs.
She never answers, and it's so frustrating.
Like, Mom, I need to know where the bananas are at my grocery store. Where are you? I need to know if this chicken is still good.
Oh my gosh, I need to know how to make this dish.
I'm like, how are you never with your phone? But it's one of those genius things, right?
So smart.
Your cell phone becomes like your arm, right?
Like, it's an appendage.
Everything goes through there. But again, it's just that one phone. And we start thinking about, remember back in the day when we used to have handsets and It's the marriage of those two things.
Oh, and I don't think I ever finished my thought, but you can use this with a landline.
Yep.
You can use this just an extension of your cell phones throughout your house without having a landline at all whatsoever. Or you can use it as a combo. So if you still have a landline and you want to use that link to cell technology for up to 2 Bluetooth enabled cell phones, you can use it 3 different ways. So I think that's hugely important. The other thing that you're getting here, backlit keys, backlit screen, everything is glowing, illuminated, and easy to see. I love that these are more comfortable handsets than my cell phone because my cell phone gets really hot against my cheek if I'm holding it up. Love the fact that you got that glowing 2-inch screen, all of these backlit keys right here, including the numerical and the command keys, they glow. You have that nice loud speakerphone on every single handset that I just showed you. And then here's the magic too. You have a dedicated call blocking button right here. So we are so sick and tired of scam calls and spam calls and robocalls and all of these calls coming into our home. We all know during political season, it's a nightmare. Will you contribute to our candidate's campaign? Will you vote for them? Oh my gosh, we just want to be left alone.
Yep.
We want to restore the peace in our homes. This is going to allow you to do that. So with the touch of one button, you can now block up to 250 names and numbers. And what this does is if somebody catches you on the phone, so this happened to my mom not long ago. She answered. It was a number she didn't recognize. She probably shouldn't have answered, but she did. She answered thinking it might be, a friend or a doctor. Anyway, she answered and they knew a few numbers of her social security number. And this guy on the other end, he was so friendly and so courteous and said he was from her doctor's office. And so he was asking her for the rest of her social security number. He just knew a couple of the numbers. And she went, wait a minute. Her, little spidey senses were tingling. She's like, no, that doesn't feel right to me. Tapped the button and blocked him. It hung up the phone call on that individual. And now they can never get through to her ever again. So this is a very empowering system in that if you have senior citizens that you love, if you want to take care of mom and dad to make sure they're not being inundated by all of these spam or scam phone calls, they can take matters into their own hands. Super empowering. Press that button and now it's going to hang up on that person, or you can even block before you answer. So if you see a number coming in and you don't know it, you can block before you even answer that call. They can never get through ever again. Or after the fact, you can also block. So you can block a phone number anytime. But I love that because it can restore the peace in your home and it can get rid of the bad guys because these guys are really good.
But I think a lot of people are thinking about getting rid of their landline because of those calls.
Of course.
What if you can keep it and just get rid of them, which is really what we should be doing, right?
Exactly.
But what if I'm cooking dinner, Lori?
Yes.
I'm cooking dinner, dinner's ready, my husband is in the garage, and I don't want to, hey, dinner's ready. Can I tell him dinner's ready?
You don't want to scream through the whole house?
If he's got a handset out there?
Absolutely. So this has not only 9 speed dials right here so you can quickly access the phone numbers you call the most. This also has a feature that is an intercom. So I'm going to just tap it right here. Let me take you in. So here, real quick, here's your phone book. So your phone book will hold 3,000 names and numbers. You can use the Bluetooth feature to sync your cell phone numbers into your home phone handset. So if you are ever not near your cell phone and you want to be able to pull up a phone number to call somebody, you can sync all of those phone numbers. So that's brilliant, right? You also have a baby monitor. If we have time, I will show you that. That is a sound detector that you can set up in a room and monitor remotely from a different location. Take a look at your speed dial setup right here. You can set your date and time. There's that Bluetooth connection. Here's the intercom. So with that intercom, you just select the feature that you want to use. You can now intercom to all of the handsets, just the base, just handset number 1, and you can name all these. You can name them living room. You can name them, Jesse in the garage, however you want to name them. I'm going to tap the button right there, and now I am intercomming to all of the handsets. So now, as people answer, you can just say, hi, dinner's ready.
Dinner's ready.
Isn't that nice instead of screaming, dinner's ready, down the hallway?
Come here, there's a bug. I need you to take care of it.
Oh no, I'm gonna need either one of my 2 guys to come take care of that because that is not my specialty.
Somebody, somewhere when I was younger, I went to a house and they had the intercom system on the wall.
Oh, that was so fancy back in the day.
I will never run into that ever again. That was so expensive and such a fancy home.
But you had to walk over to it.
You had to walk over to
on the
it,
couch
push it, and hope the other person was standing next to the intercom on the other side. It's like
those, yeah.
But in the handset version. So I'm gonna call this really 6 handsets because the base itself is also can be used.
That's true.
So these go kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, garage, main living room, wherever. You spread these out. It is your landline. You don't have to have a landline. It connects to your cell phone. And now every single one of these is your cell phone. basically. This entire set is $150. We're putting it on sale for $119.99. Free shipping. Everything's 5 Flex today.
Nice.
Just $24 to try it out.
Oh, yeah.
Take the 30 days. See how often you're like, you're right, I'm never near my cell phone.
Yes. And
I
now
never realized.
You have all of these additional opportunities to answer that cell phone call because now all of your home phones ring. Here's the other thing. Have you ever missed a bunch of things on your cell phone because you couldn't find it or it was on the charger and you walk over and there's like 15 text messages from people because they are blowing up your phone? Listen to this.
Text message from Dear Husband.
So this also gave me a notification that I just received a text message from Dear Husband. Of course, that's how he's in my phone book. He used to have that ringer that said, the wife is calling. Do you remember that one? So funny. Anyway, so this is kind of me getting back at him. But take a look at this. So it's showing me right here, I have a text message from Dear Husband. No. It clearly enunciates that I have a text message from Dear Husband. So then when I do find my phone, I know and I expect that I did miss a text message, but at least now I know about it. Isn't this brilliant synergy with your cell phone?
I'm not missing text.
Right.
I'm not missing my calls.
Right.
I can talk to other people in the house.
Yes.
I can still keep my landline because I'm blocking all the people I don't want to call me.
Absolutely. It's so good, right?
What does this not do?
I know, it does everything. And Deck 6 Plus technology, so basically a built-in range extender. You can step away from the base from 160 to 1,000 feet away and still have crystal clear call clarity. My cell phone works in one room of my house, and I have to have my face pressed up against the glass of the window in my living room in order for me to get a cell phone signal because my house is basically a dead spot. This fixes that. The other thing, let me show you that, that little baby monitor feature real quick. I thought this was so cool. So if you want to be able to, I'm going to tap menu,